Morning. How are you? How are you feeling this morning on this wonderful Friday morning, the second day of February, Groundhog Day? Oh, good morning, Stacy. Yes, it's gorgeous weather out there. I went for a nice walk. Good morning, Angelina. How are you guys feeling this morning? It's Groundhog Day. And the 2nd of February, I'm feeling amazing, wonderful. Good morning, Nazim. How are you feeling this morning? It is a beautiful day, or evening, because in India, 10.5 hours ahead of us. Yes, it's a beautiful day today. Good morning, my nephew. How are you feeling this morning? And how is the weather in England? How are you guys all doing? How are you feeling? It is an amazing morning. Thanks, Stacy. And I'll have the last sip of my collagen coffee. My coffee has collagen powder and coconut milk, the coconut oil in there. So it's a little oily, as you can see. It's nice to have it warm. Yes, so how are you feeling today? Good morning, Marina. Just sipped the last of my collagen coffee. How are you feeling this morning? I am feeling amazing. Stacey has a little cold. You're under the weather, but you're young and very and amazing. You're going to feel good. Hi, Kia. Good morning. How are you feeling? Missed you yesterday. How are you guys feeling this morning? It's 6 o'clock, so let's get mental prosperity on the road. You notice I'm bringing the 5 pillars one at a time a week. And it's just to remind us, loving the upper clothing, looking nice. Thank you. Yeah, my Chanel copy. I used to have a red one. I made red and black, and I gave it away a long time ago. And I had a nice skirt to go with it. But when I stopped working, I donated a lot of those things. And I found this one, so I'm wearing it. So most of my things you see like this is from 1989. So when I made them, I sold everything I wore. I do still do it, but not as much. That coat is beautiful. It's really a nice little jacket. Anyway, let's do our thing this morning. Thank you for the wonderful compliments. You know, guys, I love it. And I went to fashion school for 2 years. I have my diploma from George Brown. Anyway, well, that's another story for another time. Your morning blessing, mental prosperity. My energy is low today. I need some Tessa good vibes. You're going to get it. You come, you're going to get it, Marina. We are going to give it to you. Send some vibes, positive. I finished my first week at work. Your morning blessings have become my evening blessings now. Oh, sorry, Kia. I understand you went to work. And that is so good because that is something you want. Remember, when it gets challenging, that was a desire of yours, and pick it up. So it's Friday. So let us get ourselves high up. Let's raise our energy this morning. Let's make ourselves feel worthy. Let us put ourselves in a position so we are doing the best for us. And that's why I brought today's mental prosperity. The ability to recall what you know or have learned and to apply it appropriately at the right time. That is what mental, so it's not about depression, or that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ability to recall what you have learned or you know, and to apply it appropriately at the correct right time, when it's speaking in the way that everybody will understand. When should we begin to take care of our mental prosperity? When? Any age, at the moment of time, which is always now. Any time, any age. The thing is, we, like everything, most things in our life, except in some cases, we remember to take care of our car, to get the oil changed, the filter, and basically, that is about the most common thing in some cases that we take. On the Big Bang Theory, Penny engine light was always on, check engine. And Sheldon told her, you should do that, and she never did it. She said it's always on. Of course, we all know she had installed with her. So even when it is in our face, we do not take care of it, to fix it, to nurture it. Much less for something we don't think about. that mind, that mental ability, or mental prosperity. We use it like everything in our life, every single hi Tanaji, every single amazing thing in our life. We use it, and the only time we connect with it is when it is saying, I've done my best. I am out of here. When those things, including our possessions, our body, and all the faculties within them, the five senses, when they start to die, and they let us know, hey, I've run a race. I've given you 60 seconds of magic, and I had it. And that's when we rush to the doctor. Good morning, Yuko. How are you feeling today? Tanaji, I hope you're feeling amazing. I trust you are. So let us look at this, because I really want you guys to get there with me. I want you to feel this. I want you to be aware. Marina said she needs some energy. She's feeling a little low this morning. And we have to ask ourselves questions. And we have to recognize, like she recognized, today is not like every other day, is it? Today is a special day because I am not feeling like I did yesterday. So that means there's something I need to pay attention to. And that is what it is. Feeling wonderful. Thank you. Good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling today? So we have to remember our mental prosperity is something that we have to take care of. We forget to take care of all of the five pillars. We forget to take care of the five senses. And like Penny from the Big Bang Theory, she forgot engine light didn't mean a thing to her. She just let the engine light stay there until the car stalled. And then she said, well, the light is gone now. Well, of course, the light is gone. It died. And that is what we cannot see. We do not go to the eye doctor because until we cannot see, when we're dying, the eyes dying, that sense is going. Oh, I cannot see. Maybe I should. When last you went to the eye doctor? I don't know. Do you go for a checkup? No, I don't. But I'm going now because everything is broken. And that is mentally. We have to keep that mental capability going. How do we do that? Is realizing that our mind has to be fed. I drink collagen coffee. The coconut milk helps with the brain. The brain needs fat. And there was a time they told us, do not eat fat, just eat margarine. And margarine doesn't even melt. So can you imagine what that was doing to us? Unfortunately, even now, the butter that we get, it doesn't melt. When I grew up, you left the butter on the kitchen counter. When you came back, it melted. The butter has, what you call that thing in it? That little bin. It's not tofu, the other one. Anyway, whatever. There was a time it was good for us and another time it's not good for us. That little bin, soya. They add soy to the butter. To get real butter, you might have to pay $9 for a pound or more. But the regular butter, read the ingredients. My son told me once, if you cannot pronounce the ingredients on the back of a box, do not buy it. If a grade 5 person cannot pronounce any of the ingredients on the back of a container, do not buy it. If your grandmother would not recognize that particular ingredient, do not buy it. Because it was made in a lab. Right? So our brain needs fat. They told us, fat is not good for you. Get away, go there. You haven't got to eat any more fat. And of course we didn't. And then all of a sudden the world awoke to Alzheimer's and dementia and our brains. All of a sudden it was the most popular disease people could have. Other than that, people were just old and they died. Right? So our brain needs action. Today my grandpa is being laid to rest and I won't get to be there. Sending you love. Oh, sending you love. Who said that? That is amazing. Stacy said that. Good. I am really grateful for you letting us know, and we are sending you the love and the encouragement for you to hold on and realize it's always time. Like, as I said, I always digress. But in some African cultures, they cry when you die because they don't know what your life will be like. And they cry when you're born. And they celebrate when you die because they know what your life has been. So that is something to celebrate all the memories you have for that. So remember, we are never too young to start learning to continually take care of our brain, or too old. When we should begin is now, this moment now. We are never too young to do it, or never too old. Start learning in a continuous process, learning and trying. The thing that keeps us from doing something that will stimulate our brain is fear. Fear is the energy of learning. Why? Because if you are fearful, you're stimulating it and you're ready. I have to get there. I have to get there. So fear can also be the enemy of learning. It can energize you to do something, but it can also hold you back to not do it. And that is why we have to make sure we understand, really, truly understand, that we have to do things and take care of our mental capabilities. There are certain foods we eat that is not helping it. Certain things we drink that is not helping it. And it doesn't go away because you went downstairs and you forgot to take you went and you can't remember what it is. That can happen anytime. But it's when you look at an intersection and you wonder, I have never been here before. And that's scary. Why wait for that to happen? Find out what it is that we can do to maintain that health. People say to me, I don't want to be old and look old. I had an experience with Kylie the other day. And one evening she came to my bedroom and I'm sitting there. And Kylie said something to me and I said about something old. And I said, what? Just out of fun, I said, what does a grandma look like? An old person. And she did that. And she's walking like that. And then I said, where did you learn that? She said they show it on the children's shows. All grandmas have funny hair, not like yours, funny hair and funny shoes and big socks. And I go, okay. So that's what they're telling them. And she's 4. But that is not how grandmas are. Grandmas are not all like that. When a grandma, there's a 92-year-old lady on my street called Felicia. She was in World War II in Poland. From Poland, they they went to Africa. She lived in Africa for years with her husband, or she was married, she had a son, and her mom. She came into England. She stayed there for a while. She lived in England. Then she came to Toronto. And Felicia still walks. And she doesn't walk fast, but she walks. And Felicia's birthday is the same as mine, May 10th. And she talks to me about the foods, the different mangoes and the food she ate in Africa. And she does pierogies and she brings me pierogies. But what I'm telling you is this. Felicia has never stopped moving. She's never stopped being curious. She's never purses her lips. She sees you, she waves across the street. And she had a dog named Sparky. And she would go walking Sparky 3 times a day, no matter what the weather. Felicia walks to the doctor. Felicia is active and she's learning. And she said, and she'll discuss things with you. She loves to church, she goes to church. She drives. She still drives. So, and she constantly is learning and conversing with the neighbors. She always stops and waves and listens. She laughs and she smiles. All of that is what keeps our brain going. So one of the things we have to remember is that fear is the enemy of learning, and it can energize you to learn. I am too old. What will people say? I am too young to teach or to move into a new job. Too old to travel. Too old to do this. Too old to do that. My neighbors will say. No, the neighbors really do not care about you. The people are more involved in their life than you think. Go to learn something. The opinions of others. This is what I say. I do not let me get started on this. When you tell me about the opinion of others, do not let me get started on this. Because other people's opinion of what you're doing is none of your business. This is a large part why we stay back and not do what we should do to improve our minds, because we say other people will see us. What will they think if they see me learning to ride a bike? What do they think if they see me outside walking or jumping or doing yoga? What would they think? Who cares what they think? You're mentally fixing that brain. What do they think if somebody sees you reading a book on the subway and it's a romance novel? Who cares? Who cares? Or what do they think that you like to read fantasies? Read them. Do them. Do your Sudoku. Do a puzzle. Do a crossword. Talk to the little people. They stimulate you. They always have why. Everything you say to Kylie, she has a why. And she has a why. When I say I don't know, she says her Aunt Jillian knows. She said Aunt Jillian knows everything. Only she calls her Bobo. She says just call Bobo. She knows everything. And then she will call. She'll pick up the phone and say, hey Bobo, it's Bubs. I have a question for you. So you see she's curious. I have a question. Instead of not asking the question, you're paying for a service. Get on the phone and defend your time. Talk to the representative and say, hey, when I start a conversation with Bell, this is my menace, I say, hey. Or when I have to call Apple, I go, hey. I am 77 years old, so if you do not have patience, hang up and I will call until I get somebody who has the patience to go through this with me. You have to fight. When you do that, you stimulate your brain. You have to think. When he said to me, you just have to push the button, I said, well, I need a ladder. And would you send your 77-year-old grandmother to push that button up there? No, ma'am, I wouldn't. You stand up, you speak. You pull yourself in. And that is what we have to remember. So the opinion of others has no bearing on who we are, what we do. Learning a new skill is important. Learning how to use your phone. Ask your children. Ask people, good morning. I just called your name. Good morning, Julie. Ask your children how to do it. If you do not know how to do it, ask them. Insist that they show you. Even if they say, I have something, I say to Michael, even when you say no, you will still do it. And I always equate that to when Mary said to Jesus at the wedding, in the feast in Canaan, hey, we have no wine. They have no wine. And he did say to a lady, my time has not come. This is not my wedding. But being so, the kind of strong mother she was, she said, just do what he said. She had confidence that he would come through. So ask people you know that will help you how to do something and learn it. Because do not wait until your mental capabilities is going down and you realize, oh, I'm forgetting everything. I don't know. I put the onion in the stove, and then I put the tomatoes in the cupboard. I put this one. Do not wait until that. Find out what it is, what's happening. Keep your brain. Eat the good foods that you're supposed to eat. Because you have to be functioning. And that is important that we function. And your mental capability so you can do things. Like I said, Felicia is 92. And then there's another one that is 89, Barbara Hibbs. And Barbara says, I'm not ready to go to an old age home. And she still lives by herself in her house and drives her car and does all those things. She doesn't stay home. She moves. She gets in the car and she drives to the mall. She goes from store to store and she laughs at me. You should see the bargains I get. And she's very happy doing that. And when one neighbor of ours moved to a condo, she said, oh, she's going there already. I'm not ready to go there. I don't know when she intends to go there, but she's not ready. But because she can still function. And that is keeping your mental capabilities high, your mental prosperity high. Learn something new. Be curious. Do not be afraid and say, I don't know how. I have to put smart lights on. I go and I figure it out. It doesn't happen right away, but I keep digging and asking questions until I figure how to do this. So that when you are conversing, you can keep a frame of mind that is good and people want to talk to you. And open that mouth and speak. Stop saying that I'm shy. You're shy with what? What is it going to do for you? And then I have this book. I don't know which of my children put it in my house. National Geographic, The Blue Zone, The Science of Living Longer. There's actually a thing on Netflix about it. And it talks to you there and it shows you those places in the world where there are people that live to be 109, 100 and this, and discovering the blue zone. Build your own blue zone. refresh your home and community, cooking in the blue zone. So it's taking you, learn, study it, and see what you can eat. They're telling us this man, he is 99 and he's still digging in the garden. This one over there, they talk about holding animals. She's young, but she's connecting. She's not old yet. And then they bring you to the different places and show you the different types of food. Look at this plate. Look at this array of greens and reds and oranges and all of that. Eat. Eat dry. Look at him. This man is 35 years ago, doctors diagnosed him with cancer. 35 years ago. And he's 97 years old when that was written. And they show you, look at this one. He's taking care of his bees. He's out there. So rather than, look at this. Does that look good to you? That's dandelion. And they eat them. You have them in your garden and you don't eat them. You can't wait to get rid of them. Look at where this lady is in Japan and she's pulling out something to eat. I forgot what it said. Seaweed. She goes to the shores and she gets a particular type of seaweed to eat. The point is, do something to keep your mental ability going. Watch what it is. All the sugar. Okay, let's look at this one. He's on his head and his legs are up in the air because he knows that will keep him going. 104. And they're healthy. They're old, yes. They have wrinkles, yeah. But they feel good. They can walk. They can shepherd their sheep. They can eat. They eat. They eat all the right foods. And they do things. Look at the array of nuts and beans and whatever. Eat that. I love, you guys know when I'm in the garden, I eat right from the garden. I will pick it and eat it there. The reason why I'm telling you that, our mental ability is not only study and learn, but it's to keep it healthy so we can study and learn. You keep that mental thing going by eating the right food. So you know, listen to this, eh? You know your parents had diabetes. And you also know that sugar is not so good for the brain. But you keep continually having more of it, and more of it, and more of it. So you're just going to follow the line. But can you come to a crossroad at a certain time of your life and stop and say, no, that is not going to help me. And that is, stop it. It's difficult when you have an addiction or when you love something. But the point is, what it is you want to do in the future. How do you want to live? We all hear it on the news when they tell us a person is lost and they have mild dementia or this dementia. The whole city gets into this, right? Millions of people hear it and they all are wondering where they will find this person, if they will find this person. And that is what we have. So mentally keeping yourself fit. Also, when you're at work, and you are not able to recall what you have studied or you have to do, it affects you financially. When they look at you and they say, you are not doing what you're supposed to do, are you exhausted? Hi, Nadi, how are you feeling today? Are you exhausted? What is going on with you? And that is the thing that you have to remember. Being you're mentally foggy, when you're foggy, ask yourself something. When I get foggy around 3 o'clock, that used to be years ago, my husband would say to me, take a nap, and I would say, no, I need water. I would drink 2 glasses of water and the fog would go away. Marina said how she was feeling. Marina can look back and say, what did I do yesterday that would cause me to feel like this today? And you have to say, how much water did I drink, Marina? How much water did you drink? Ask yourself that question. How much sleep do you have? Whose stress are you carrying? What is weighing on your mind? And these are the questions you ask yourself. And then you go, what can I do to avoid this? When I feel that way, I know I have to drink water. So what I know for sure, I need clarity very early in the morning. So when I get up, there's a glass of water right next to my bed on the night table. I drink it. Yes, I do. I drink it before I brush my teeth to take the enzymes and all the bacteria in my mouth to my gut where it needs to do its work to digest my food. If I go to the bathroom and spit it out and then use what is created in a lab with ingredients I do not know where it came from, and brush my teeth before, and then that goes down to my gut. My gut is saying, what is this? How can I digest it? This is foreign. What are you doing to me? And you wonder why you have pains in your stomach and all going on. Drink water to clear your mind. The brain needs fat. Do not be afraid to have some butter on your bread. Not 2 pounds. I put coconut oil in my coffee because I know I need it to keep my brain going. I have to. And each of us have to do our best to keep those 5 pillars of prosperity going. 2 weeks ago, we did one on emotional prosperity and it flew off on YouTube. Everybody was complaining about that. They didn't see it. Last week, I think we did physical, and today I'm bringing mental. Those 5 pillars, we need them so we can live a fulfilled life. If mentally you're incapable of doing your work, they're going to fire you. It will affect you emotionally. It will cause havoc on your body. Physically, you will not be able to even think of eating. You might eat all what is not in that blue zone book. And then, then don't even go financially. How are the bills being paid? So you see, your mental prosperity is the one that you should look for. This week, think, what can I learn today? What am I afraid? As I said to you, that we are afraid of doing new things. Because of the opinion of others. What do they think if they see me reading a book that is not like that? And yet it's something to improve our mind. Learning a new skill. Learning a new language, doing yoga, exercise, go for a walk. You have a partner and the partner doesn't want to do it, but you're not responsible for the partner. You're only responsible for you. So if your partner is a smoker, you're going to smoke. Yes, some people do that, but is that going to help you? No, it's not. If they drink too much, you're going to drink too much. Is that going to help you? No, it's not. So you have to choose your path. How do you want to feel every day of your life? And do the things that you have to do. Walking is good for you, then walk. And when to eat, all of that, all of those things, you need a good night's sleep. So if you're having digestion, ask yourself, when did I eat last? And why is it stuck in my throat? And then you go to the doctor and they give you something to do something, another chemical, to hit a chemical. Don't you see those things on TV when they talk about these medications for everything? It may cause death or stroke. They don't even know. So you're taking it for one thing and it causes 10 new things. So before you know it, you're walking around like some people I have as friends with a bag saying, these are my meds. They cannot leave home without it. So your mental health depends also on what you ingest and how you think and how you absorb people's opinion and telling and being yourself. You are going to be yourself. And if you worry about what others are saying about you, you will not be yourself. And that is not helping yourself. You will not. You'll be saying, oh, I'm doing this, and so will say that. Eating to enhance mental prosperity. Avoid sugar, limit foods that are going to put it back, excess in anything like alcohol, move, exercise, get up and down and function. Even if you're at home, you can move. Even if it's snowing outside, you can move. You can walk. I go for a 20-minute walk in the morning. I usually leave around 6:15, 6:30. And I come back here to shower and get dressed and be there for you. Because I know when I go out there and I get that cool air on my face and I feel it, or the breeze, it wakes me up. Not only wakes me up, but think of that time. The world is quiet. You have the ability to move. They say exercising helps the brain. Look around you. To this morning, for the longest time, we hadn't seen any blue in the sky. This morning, I saw the moon and some blue in the clouds. It was nice to see that. What does that do to me? Lift my spirit. Make me feel good. Make me feel like, wow, the moon is up there. Because there were days of darkness. So it's wonderful to experience that. Do something that will help you to keep your brain going. Learn something new. attempt even a simple thing like a new recipe. Modify it, change it, make it work for you. Go somewhere you're afraid to go. Do something that you're fearful of, that you're saying, oh, I'm too old to do that. Walk. You don't have to walk at 50 miles an hour. I have always been a walker. I've walked all the time. I remember once I was on a walk, my brother called and I would walk to the grocery store with a knapsack and get some groceries. And my son said, isn't she there yet? He's calling from England. She left a long time ago with her knapsack. I think she was going to see you. And then the opposite is that somebody said, Tessa-Marie is always walking. The other neighbor said, yes, but she doesn't walk fast. I don't have to walk fast. I just have to keep going, and so do you. Because that forces you to send blood all over the body. And that includes feeding the brain. So that's why we have to do that. We have to keep doing everything that we must do every day. So guys, today is Friday. Do something for your mental prosperity today. Choose to make something different happen in your life. And that's my message to you this morning. And I'm so happy and grateful that you guys were here. And I hope Marina heard. Marina, check your water intake, because that is not like you to feel that way. And that's one of the things we have to learn. So let's see who is here. Hi, Kia, Stacy. Hello, Nancy. I didn't see you show up. Marina. Hello, Jilly and Shilly and Loretta. Yes, let us do something fabulous for ourselves today. Mental prosperity. Have an amazing and wonderful weekend. And tomorrow, you're welcome, Kia, for coming. And I know you just came from work. I'm sitting on the couch. Well, you can go out and walk, Stacy. What it is, love walking too. I used to be a runner. Walking, I can do all day. I noticed that. Love you. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Nadi, see you later. Talk to you later. I watched the show on Netflix. It was enlightening. Yes, the green zone or the blue zone, one of the zones. So guys, let us do something for ourselves today. And let us continue to love, cherish, and be there for ourselves. Because at the end of the day, you matter. Not your husband, not your spouse, not your mate. No, not anybody. Nobody can carry fogginess for you if you're getting foggy but you. And if you're getting foggy and your mind is going, find out what it is I can do. There's supplements they say that help. My brother told me he's taking Prevagen or something like that. He said it's expensive, but I'm taking it. And that is precaution. You know, taking the precaution, knowing you should, especially if you have a history of the males or the females in the family in the old age have dementia. You have to do something. You don't know if it will skip one generation and hit your generation. So take care of your mental health, because it is the only one of the things you have that will keep you doing what you're doing now. Have a great day. Love you. Say bye, everybody.